Alrighty, so here we are playing some more Tropico 6. We're on to episode number 4 of our Rich Island playthrough. In the last episode, we made it into the Cold War, and we're about halfway through it. In this episode, hopefully we'll make it into the modern times era, and I can start really putting together a Rich Island. So, let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we are. Now it's just time for us to wait for all the tourists to show up. And then we'll move on to the next era. Go ahead and put a park here, just cause. Tourist only, something else was for tourist only as well. This restaurant, alright. 96, service quality, really good. There's nothing else we can do for the casino. 93 is like as high as it's gonna get. Same thing with our cabaret here. That's fine though. I wonder if already we're starting to get more educated people. It kind of looks like it. It's only been a handful of years, and look at that. Soon, the blue bar won't exist anymore. Once the entire well, I guess maybe people immigrating might be uneducated still. But for the most part, like, this should be really red. Maybe what I even could do is... It just depends, because eventually people are going to get old, they're going to want to retire, right? One way we can get around that is changing the constitution here to the labor policy. Yeah. We could do a life's work. Citizens are required to start working at the age of 14 and cannot retire. Decreases average life expectancy by 5 years. Decreases job quality. Decreases immigration rate. So that's one way we could do that. We could also do early retirement, maybe. Either way, if we're not going to do something with the Constitution, then another thing we could do is Social Security. So retirees and adult students, so people moving here, if they are uneducated, then they can go to a high school and they'll still receive 60% of the average wage. Currently it's $9 a month, but once we start getting a lot of jobs with a very high wage, then this number will actually go up. It would be pretty interesting to see the average wage above $20 a month, so people can retire and they'll be rich, which would be pretty crazy. So I think that might be kind of another goal. So the first goal that I talked about, I think in the last episode, was it'd be cool to see over half the population be rich. I think a really good like litmus test for it would be if even retirees could be rich. That would be pretty insane. Same thing with anyone who comes here to go to college, they'll be rich as well. We're going to need a lot of jobs with a lot of very high wages though. Let's go ahead and research the radio station. So now we can use the radio station on... Oh, I don't think I ever checked in on these two here. Like I said in the beginning episode, the first episode, these 4 factions here I'm not really going to worry about. We will focus on the capitalist faction, so let's go ahead and change this to the clinking coin. So, that's pretty decent. Still making good money. I believe one of our newspapers is on Penny Saver, so let's see how much money it's generating. Last month made $100, so nothing like too crazy, but still pretty decent. I invited the Eastern Bloc, didn't mean to do that, but it's not like it really matters, because we're going to move through to the next era pretty quickly. I should build a hospital because every single person will be able to use it. Maybe I should consider... So this is going to be the main road coming down from the palace here. Maybe I kind of want to come up with an idea of where the... What's it called will be. I've been playing this game so much the past like 2 months that it makes me want to play some City Skylines. I think I am going to start up a new City Skyline playthrough. That might be pretty cool, because I am pretty good at the game Like I made some really cool like cities and stuff, and I really want to check out the second one. Why is my support so low? It looks like Caribbean happiness is shooting up very, very quickly, so we need to deal with this. We need to get our happinesses up very high. One way we can do this is sacrificing a bit of money. Let's go with the max budget here. Max budget on all of the houses. That's going to push housing quality for those up to over 100. And then we can do the middle budget here on mansions. So every single person is going to have 100 in terms of their housing happiness. So every single person, because everyone can afford. Yeah, every single person's well off or rich. Sorry. So then let's see what else we have. So housing is going to be up there very high. Job quality soon will be pretty high up there as well. Most of the people living here are going to be working in offices, hopefully. Liberty, crime safety. We could do something about crime safety. Not terribly worried about it though. Let's go ahead and maybe handle healthcare. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a hospital. So I want like a decent downtown area. Let's go ahead and, so it's 7 down this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's demolish this road, go 1 road back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just a couple more times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's probably enough right now. So let's count over 4, go to the 5th one, come all the way down to here. Now we can just build in these roads here. So this is going to be kind of like the main road here. We're probably going to run into more traffic issues just like the last island, but that'll be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I guess maybe kind of in between this ginormous rock or whatever that is, bit of a hill, and I guess this little pond here, we can build our downtown area. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, I believe, this here. Maybe we could get a college as well. I'll wait on that though. Let's go ahead and quick build this. Max out the budget, and let's go ahead and build an electric substation somewhere around here. Honestly, I'll throw it right here until we figure out exactly where we want it. So service quality of 100. You hit the hospitalization wing. Now we just need doctors to move on in. I mean, I kind of want to do something like... Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a test here. So it could be pretty interesting to try and make an island where we don't actually produce any food. So that might be kind of crazy. So what I'll try and do is at some point demolish every single last one of our crops. So that way we're not producing any food. Same thing with all of this over here, the llama ranches and stuff. So every single production building is going to be gone. And so what we'll do to compensate for that is maybe just import corn. Try and get some real cheap corn. And if we can import corn, then that will be one of our trade deals, right? Because we have 10 here, and 1 will just be corn. And so what I want to try and do is... Now, I always talk about the groceries because that's typically usually just what I use. But the thing about the grocery is that there's 11 food types in the game, and the more of them you get, the higher the service quality is going to be for your grocery. Pretty easy to get 100, and therefore you'll get 100 food happiness. Your food happiness will, on average, be, like if you have enough groceries and they're all stocked with all the different food types, then you'll hit 100. So that's pretty decent. And so what I think we're going to try and do is build shopping malls instead. Now, I don't think that shopping malls really care about all the food types. Instead, I think what increases the service quality is getting more different consumer goods and luxury goods in here. And so I think that's going to be kind of like my goal for this episode, like a smaller task, is to build up a shopping mall, stock it full of corn and like foreign corn, imported corn. So that'll be kind of cool. And what's it called? Fire anyone who's poor here. So that way maybe like someone who's part of like a wealthier family will end up getting the job. And so fire all the poor people and let the poor people work in a job that'll give them a better wage. And so hopefully we'll still be able to maintain a well-off population. And so sells consumer goods to increase all happiness values of visiting citizens and their households. Wow. So I didn't really know that. Okay, so we'll give this a shot. See how it turns out for us. So we'll import corn, and then we'll import other goods to produce as much, what's it called, as possible. We'll import corn, put it in there. That'll be the only food type we need, and then import other goods to put in various industry buildings. Like maybe we'll import sugar for our rum distillery. We'll import. We might get rid of the textile mill and just import cloth straight up. And then import leather and put those together inside of an apparel factory. So just little things like this. Import gold, make it into jewelry, sell it back. We could import plastics and gold to make electronics instead. So we'll keep it simple. We won't build up too many industry buildings, maybe like just enough to fulfill the imports that we're getting. And so we'll keep it really, really simple. Just a handful. Mostly everyone's going to be working either in the entertainment industry or they're going to be working in various banks or offices. So that's going to be the main money-making system. So I've kind of had this idea for a while. An island that imports all of its goods. Kind of reminds me of America. We're not actually going to be producing anything, just manufacturing stuff. Let's go through, demolish all of these because they are a little too close to our plantations and whatnot. And we just need more people to show up, so it'll take a bit of time, just a little bit of time. A whole empty hotel there. Half an empty one. Okay. Shouldn't take too long. Let's go ahead and put this in ×4 speed. And we're just, like, really we're just waiting for this to happen here. I wonder if these buildings are making good money yet. Kind of. Net negative. Net positive. Net positive. I mean, it's alright. Go and demolish this up. Toys is uptrending. We actually made money recently. Yeah, look at that. We're making some pretty good money. It's like slowly going up. I bet we're making more money than we're spending every month. Let's see. Oh wow, the money just goes up. Like we're at the point where money's on an everlasting like upward trend, which is pretty insane. Flour lay dispenser. Rich. I want to get some rich and filthy rich tourists on the island. I think that'll be pretty neat. Iron. Another 14 people. We're really, really close. 427, and we only need 500. So we'll make it to the modern times era probably before 1920, which is a pretty good pace. Yep, so I'm just going to save up my money right now, and eventually I'll spend it all building up our downtown area. So this is the power of just a handful of hotels, and we only have 3 buildings set to tourist only. And as long as you can maintain a pretty good service quality on these, then we'll be making some very good money. Let's zoom in on all these rich people. Well, right now they're only well off, but still. Got lots of tourists cruising in and out, making lots of money off of all of them. On the last island we had issues with traffic, but in this one I kind of don't care. The reason is that we're not going to have a whole lot of like infrastructure stuff going on. Well, I don't know. Like, it would be nice, but that's going to be another thing that I'm going to have to like fire anyone who's poor, because we'd rather get someone from a well-off family to work there, and then the poor person can go and work in a hotel and make a well-off wage. Not all the hotels are full, so hopefully in the next tourist ship it fills in a lot more stuff. All we need is 70. If we can get 69 tourists or more, then we'll make it into the modern times era. Hmm, 20. But see, they just pulled out 200. So that means that the next one that comes here, there's a chance that they'll fill in up to 200. Look at all these hotels, they're empty. All those people just left. So hopefully in this next part we'll actually make some really good money. Happiness is still going up higher than what we have. So let's go ahead and build. Let's go ahead and build our... Oh, we can't build the shopping mall yet. Okay. So we just need to make it a little bit longer. I mean, I guess we can deal with maybe... what's it called? We can start dealing with the crime on the island. It's probably a pretty good idea. Let's go ahead and demolish up all of this housing here. That's fine. And let's go ahead and place a police station here. And honestly, let's just put some parks back here. Probably just let that get built up. It's probably fine. And we got another 2 months. Hopefully we get at least 50 tourists that show up. I'm pretty sure we're about to make it to the modern times era. January 1920. Looking pretty close to making it within 1920, which I think is going to be decent. Still making good money. And right here, come on, 50 people. Oh, look at that, we did it. 200 showed up.
We have run out of itchy beach towels and half-chewed tiny cocktail umbrellas. Success!
The people of the world now know the name Tropico, and many of them have caught a rare tropical disease from our stagnant water pools or semi-purified tap water. We are so famous that Tropico tummy is in the latest dictionaries as a synonym for dysentery. Oof, we have arrived. Okay, so just like that, made it to the modern times era.
The future is now present, and the present will presently pass into the past.
Our thoroughly modern Presidente says the future is now called the present.
So let's go ahead and do privacy rights for our personal rights. I mean, I'm not terribly worried about like the population, so this is fine. In terms of healthcare, we should do, honestly, just single payer system. Just a small 2% increase. Everyone's going to be so wealthy that we can do this and that should be fine. Okay, so now all of the fun begins. Lots of rich people, even getting some filthy rich people. You know what? This guy is a crime lord. There's literally no other way about it. He's unemployed and his wife makes $10 a month. There's absolutely no way that he's not a crime lord. Not terribly worried about it, but that is a bit of a shame. So now we have so much money that we can really start doing some interesting stuff. First off, let's get a bank down. I kind of want it in the downtown area. So there is a bank. And let's go ahead and get, I guess we can get the shopping mall. We could put the shopping mall here. And I want a college. Yes, we'll do this. And then let's go ahead and get, perhaps what would be a good idea is, first off, let's go ahead and bump our coal power plant all the way up to the max, giving us as much spare electricity. As you can see, we had 36 spare megawatts. Now we're up to 216. So now we have a little bit of electricity to mess around with. The shopping mall is going to take some energy. Let's see how much. We had 216 minus 60. It's going to leave us at like 150. Somewhere around there. So each substation, no, sorry. I'm looking for metro stations. Each of these is going to cost 20. So not terrible. Let's go ahead and put this here, right in the middle. And we're going to need at least more than one for that to make sense, right? Oh wow, look, we can give... Actually, I don't think this works. Housing quality boost to hotels. I don't think that works. So let's go ahead and consider... Actually, you know, it'd probably be a better idea. Man, so many homeless families. Well, we need at least one more. Let's do, I guess, a metro station all the way to somewhere around here. Let's go and demolish these two houses. And in their stead, we can build a metro station. Around the metro station, of course, we'll build some parks. And right here we can build maybe a small fountain. Let's go and quick build that up. Same thing with this other one. Max out the budget. So the metro station is one of the few buildings, actually the only building that'll give a a wage of $10 or more when you're talking about transportation. So if we come and look at parking decks, they only get up to 9. I think bus garages are capped at 9 as well. So many of the people working in these two buildings aren't gonna have a well-off wage. But the metro station's a little bit different, so that's why we're gonna do this. Probably won't build too many metro stations, and then later on, this is a DLC thing, which is why I'm not really including it, but I am gonna build it. And the drone taxi requires a college education, and it provides a max wage of $15 a month. So I'll build probably just a handful of these around. That'll be decent. People will be flying around our super intellectual island. And what else we can do is probably... Let's build one office. I think that'll be okay.
Safe but stupid, or ticking time bomb to robot apocalypse? Canal Uno reporters will have the crucial answer soon.
And I could build a modern apartment, but before we do that, let's go ahead and activate urban development. Check in on edicts. We have cultural diversity. I mean, it's kind of whatever. We don't have the entire population believing in the intellectual faction yet, or I would start doing this. So let's go ahead and set up a TV station somewhere. But before we do that, I quickly want to lay down this hotel, this skyscraper. apartment building. So I want the little, what's it called? Like doorway right here on this corner. And everywhere else here is going to be parks. So let's go ahead and start setting these down. Let's do the 2x2 square, because it has access to this one, which I think is pretty cool. And we can do something like this, I suppose. There we go. In front of the bank, I guess. Maybe just this one. And then next to the college here, I guess this one. And in front of the hospital here, honestly we could do 2 of these with that in the middle. I think this looks fine. Okay. So now let's go here. We'll quick build the modern apartment. Get solar panel windows. And let's go with this budget here, second lowest or second highest. So now hopefully let's put the bank on high priority, get that done first. Put the college on high priority, I guess, as well. Shopping mall's already on its way to being done. And so then soon, I want to destroy all of this, all of our production buildings. And in their stead, I want to start... Jeez man, there's so many of these out here. In their stead, I want to start setting up more hotel stuff. Lots of rich people on this island. No poor people. We probably could destroy these clinics. I mean, their service quality is just so low compared to everything else. Let's go and demolish them. We only had 2, but that's fine. Oh, you know what I could do? Let's save up a bit of money, and right away I'll just get an airport. Maybe even 2 airports. Kind of build them to make them look like they're kind of the same building. Maybe over here in this area. Yeah, like right here seems like a good runway strip location. So set up 2. Wow, totally just spaced that word. 2 airports. We can start setting up some luxury hotels, getting filthy rich people onto the island, skyscraper hotels for all the rich people. And so that will be nice, and we'll give a shot at the super villa, see how that turns out. So only have rich and filthy rich people, so we'll focus on luxury entertainment. We can do stuff like cocktail bars and nightclubs and gourmet restaurants and yacht clubs. It'd be pretty interesting, even opera houses. Lots of buildings that will generate lots of money. Put this in ×2 speed for now. Still making decent money. This just needs, like, let's see here. Food variety. I'm pretty sure as different food varieties are added, it's not going to go up. That's like my hope here at least. So 63. And there's 11 different food types. The sell and rum. Yeah. Oh no, we do need different food varieties. That kind of sucks, man. Yeah, the more different food types we have. Okay, maybe we'll have just enough stuff going on. We'll do hydroponic plantations, factory ranches, and maybe fish farms. Just enough to fulfill all of our food needs. And then everything else we'll import. So that's the plan going forward. We're going to want a nuclear power plant, I believe. So we'll give it a bit of time. And that is what we'll go for. The college here, let's go ahead and max out the budget. Offices, give it a bit of time. We have banks, that's really good. Honestly, a bank job should just have a job quality of 100. I talk about it in my beginner's guide. I've never gotten the job quality, like the job happiness score on the island, all the way to 100. It's like, I don't even know if it's possible. There's like little things that you can do. One is mandatory siesta. Increases job quality of each workplace by 15%. But if you were to increase the job quality of a bank at 80% or at 80 already by 15%, what is that? 8 plus 4 plus 80 is like 92. So you get the job quality up to 92, but even then that's not like maxed out.
Good news, Presidente. We've passed a new directive, but I'm afraid it requires your total compliance.
Go ahead and ignore that. Actually, we're going to do imports anyways, so. At least with this strategy, where we're not going to be importing corn like I initially planned, at least with this strategy we can use all of our trade deals for importing lots of different goods that we can use on our industry buildings. So there's that at least. Lots of people coming in. It looks like there's a handful of criminals all over the island, which really sucks. Defense HQ. We're not doing either of these, but we'll just say we're gonna do the defensive HQ. Defense HQ. Vacant jobs, plenty, homeless families. We need to do something about the housing. I'd say we have enough money. Let's go ahead and do perhaps an automated mine on the closest uranium deposit. I was about to say, do we not have uranium? But we do. Not a whole lot, but we do have some. So let us go ahead and maybe we could make this area all out here our industry, and then have like 2 docks here. That might be, actually just 1 dock is all we need. This is going to be the plan, I believe. So there's that. Let's go ahead, build all the way down over here. Come all the way down. We'll build a straight road all the way to here, and then kind of have it get into a bit of a wonky road. Have this one build straight all the way out here as well. Turn it 90. There we go. That looks better. Still kind of ugly, but I mean, it's decent. Anyway, so now we have uranium being produced, which means that we could probably afford to... Well, first off, we're going to need another substation. Definitely. Let's go and put it maybe behind this one. Quick build that up. And this means we can get the nuclear power plant. And with the nuclear power plant, that'll solve pretty much all of our electrical issues, all of our needs, probably for the foreseeable future. Deliver an amazing speech. Let's see what is low here. Food happiness is really low, which should be going up hopefully soon. Praise a faction. Let's go ahead and praise the capitalists. Blame someone, no one. Promise improvement, nothing. Should be good.
My friends, my people, welcome to a golden age of prosperity for every living Tropican. It was your trust that made it possible. Your trust of me, El Presidente. The world has changed. What was tomorrow is now today. And what today we call tomorrow, that's gonna be yesterday. In 2 days' time. Yeah, but all days to come are the future.
I don't think I've ever heard him say that.
Your Presidente your rumbling bellies are as loud as your cheers. Well, no more rumbling. I will let you eat cake. Our ongoing prosperity is supported by the capitalists. With thanks. We're grateful for the many fulfilling jobs you create for my people and your progressive attitudes towards taxation. So vote El Presidente for the future that you deserve. All of you. Viva Tropico!
Alrighty, so there is that. However, this episode is definitely dragging on longer than intended. It's already up to 36 minutes. And so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. But I'm going to... It's going to be a really fun island. Like, I just get like, now that we're here in the modern times era, it's only like 1920, 1921 I reckon. Yeah, 1921, almost 1922. So we're making like really good time, and this island is going to be really, really cool once it's all said and done. So in the next episode, main goals are to start using up a lot of this electricity. I'm going to set up a bunch of hydroponic plantations. These plantations are going to produce all of the different food types. Maybe have like 1 or 2 set to corn. And then we'll set up all the factory ranches that we'll need, only focusing on food for these. And then do the fish farm as well. Too bad we can't do something for coconut harvesting. That sucks. I mean, we could just import coconuts, which is kind of a silly thing considering we like are living on a tropical island with a bunch of coconut trees everywhere. But we could do that. I mean, it just depends, really. I mean, again, I could just go around, like, firing people, that are poor. Could be decent. I mean, I don't know. Harvest coconuts from palms in the vicinity. I mean, I don't think the hydroponic plantation has... Oh man, that would be so useful if the hydroponic plantation could produce coconuts. I mean, it's kind of whatever though. So I'm like kind of on the fence about it. I don't want too many like jobs that provide poor wages on the island. Reason being is that I can handle like just a handful, but once we start getting a lot of jobs all over the place that are going to require someone to be married to someone like much wealthier, then it's just going to become like a bit of a hassle. I might just try and do it anyways. We'll see. But maybe like one palm tree farming building like somewhere. Maybe just one, maybe a couple of the parking decks, like just a few parking decks will be decent. So parking decks. Oh yeah, this stupid, let's like, here, check this out already. The wage is 9, right? So we're hoping that none of these people working here are poor. Let's see. Well off, poor. So reason is this guy doesn't have like a wife or anything, right? But if he did have a wife and she made a wage of at least $11 a month, then they would be in the well-off class. But he's single, right? So like this is someone that I would fire. Hope that he goes and gets a job somewhere better, and then we can hire in someone who will be well off for us. So 2 poor people out of like 8. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 8. So a quarter of the people working in the shopping mall are poor. Not amazing. I wish that like some small balance changes that I would change to the game is like shopping malls, just give them a wage of 10, like make the max wage 10. Then it would work well into like a well-off island, you know? Same thing with parking decks, just make the wage 10. Like if you did that, then I could have parking decks for all the well-off and rich people, shopping malls for well-off and rich people. Like it would be decent. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. I really hope you guys enjoyed sticking around. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to follow along more Tropico 6 series like this, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.